whether he's in here like this or he's actually, you know, like pinning more, okay? Doesn't really matter. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get his head out of the way and go after his arm, okay? So in this case, he's got his head right down there. Usually it's up there and he's getting in my way, so I can't reach over and grab the hand. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna get my elbow over and then I'm gonna elbow him back, okay? That creates a nice little hole right there for me to slip my hand through, okay? So as soon as the hand slips through, okay, we slide down and we catch the wrist. Once I catch his wrist, I catch my wrist. Okay? Right about now they're usually grabbing something. Okay, so instead of just using all my arms, and again I don't have my foot like I do in guard to use to move his shoulders out of the way and aid the break. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to try and like roll that way onto my hip. Okay? All the way onto my hip. And you'll see how it pops right out there. Okay? Part of that is me shoving him until I can actually get the hip opening to move it out, and the other half is I've got way more leverage when I use my whole body. Okay? So one more time. Okay? Boom. Good?
Now, I also mentioned that don't rush that filtering your arms through when you're like, you know, threading them through. Work on that. Be very consistent about how you do that. He's just showing you. You might take a little while to work that, guys.
Okay. So especially when we're in here, he really just wants to sit there and stay. He's gonna reach over and push his head down. Okay. And if I can't get my hand in there more until I can filter my fingers in. Okay. And then as soon as those fingers are there, then we start turning and digging that arm around the armpit. And then you keep pushing and pushing and moving, and then eventually you're going to slide down to his wrist. Okay? As soon as I get a hold of that, then I lock my other hand onto it. Okay? And then from there, turn and go.
And notice his elbow is pushing into Eric's, his right elbow is pushing into Eric's left shoulder, or right shoulder, I'm sorry.
Right.
And
His elbow is going to guide that shoulder back this way. Okay? So part of that's me pulling, and part of that's me turning and trying to get onto the mat. Okay? And if you miss it, the benefit of doing this is that there's also little sweeps and stuff you can do by moving them with that arm. Alright? Alright, let's give it a shot.
So that situation, if you got your half guard, he's kind of controlling. He's just hugging. A lot of guys may do that. So there you have it. Okay.
Happens all the time.
Yep. Let's give it a try.